Hey guys, welcome to the introduction to a very exciting series that I've planned out for a while now. This is going to be a video series giving you tips and tricks on how to be sub-2 on 5x5. The series is broken up into 5 parts. This of course is the first part, and there aren't actually any tips in this part. This is just an introduction. Starting with the second part, I'll be giving you general tips, and then the third part will be tips for centers, and then followed by edges, and then we'll finish up with part 5, and that'll be just a general conclusion followed by some walkthrough solves. You might be wondering why I've decided to break up this whole tutorial into 5 different parts instead of just one really long video, and there's 2 reasons for that. The first reason is because I think this series is something that should be seen in multiple parts, and you should have time in between to practice them. The other reason is more simple, and that's that if I combine everything, this tutorial would be very long, and it's not something that a lot of people would enjoy. As far as what to expect for the series, it is titled such that you might think it's only for people who want to be sub-2 and maybe you're already sub-2 and you just want some more tips so that you can be faster. Sub-2 is really just a number. The reason I chose sub-2 is because that seems to be a barrier a lot of people have. I know when I was doing 5x5, well, I mean I still am, but when I was over 2 minutes, it seemed like 2:10, 2:13 was a huge barrier for me, and the tips that I'm going to be telling you in this video are basically what got me to where I am now, which is around 140. So a couple things come along with that. The first is you shouldn't expect to become a world-class cuber by watching this series because frankly I'm not that good at 5x5, so the tips I give you can't really be that groundbreaking. But you can expect at least to be sub-2. Even though I'm not the best at 5x5, I do still feel qualified to make a series or a tutorial on how to be sub-2, since I would consider myself well below that range. But that doesn't mean that you can only get sub-2 with these tips, because the tips that I'm telling you, it's pretty much an exhaustive list of everything I know about 5x5, and like I said, I average around 140, so there's not a huge reason why you wouldn't be able to average 140 by watching this series, but a lot of it has to do with how much input you want to give to the puzzle, as in like how much you want to practice. And the other part is that once you get to around 150, some of these tips do stray away a little. They're not as generalized because you'll naturally be better at some sub-steps compared to others. I think if you follow these tips, sub-2 is pretty easily attainable, and that's kind of the whole point. So subscribe if you haven't already so that you know when the new videos will come out. Thank you for watching this introduction. I'm pretty excited and hopefully you are too. Yeah, toodles.